If you're in the market to buy a Spyderco Para 3 or a PM2, but you still can't decide, I'm going to help you make that decision. I'm not being funny or facetious. This is really what it boils down to after a couple of years of ownership. If you've ever felt like a knife has been too large, you should probably go with the Para 3 because it's smaller and more compact. But if you care a lot about how a knife cuts through things, cutting performance, you should go with the PM2. That's really all you should think about when you're deciding between these two knives. Whichever one you get a great knife, so you can't go wrong. Now to expand on that, the reason I say that the PM2 has better cutting performance is because let's take a look at the spines of both of these knives. They're both pretty thick, but the PM2 has a much longer, well, I wouldn't say much longer, but a longer blade length, which means the ratio from length to thickness is better on the PM2. That makes for a better slicer through things like cardboard or other thick medium. So definitely cutting performance advantage goes to the PM2. You might hear some people say that the Para 3 is better for, I guess, smaller, lighter weight EDC cutting tasks. Because of the shorter blade, you can maneuver around easier. I have never found that to be the case because, I mean, both knives have a straight spine, which means you're going to have to come down like this to cut into something. And you're going to do that on both knives. So I've never thought that, oh, I bet this would be easier with the Para 3 while using a PM2. That's never crossed my mind. The Para 3 has a lightweight version. So if you care about ultra lightweight compact, that's an advantage to the Para 3. One advantage to the PM2 is that because of the larger blade, it has more mass, more weight to it. So when you flick the blade open, the weight of it carries it all the way open on its own. It almost feels like an assisted blade. Whereas on the Para 3, you have to really make sure that you flick it out with enough force to make sure it goes all the way out. It just feels a little bit nicer on the PM2, so advantage there. But honestly, everything else is the same. The compression lock is the same on both knives. It works the same. You know, you have all the steel options are basically the same across both knives. You have great aftermarket support on both models. I mean, honestly, everything else is exactly the same. So like I said earlier, it really just boils down to, do you want a smaller knife or do you care more about cutting performance? That's really it. For me personally, I don't mind carrying larger knives and I care more about cutting performance. So my pick is the PM2. But I'm somebody who used to carry a Cold Steel Recon 1 in my pocket every day, for the better part of a year. So I might be a little bit biased there. Like I said, I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to be edgy here. Those are really the only meaningful differences between these two knives. And whichever one you pick, you really can't go wrong. If you have a differing opinion, let me know in the comments below. I'd appreciate it if you like this video. It helps other people see it on their feed. Otherwise, hope you have a good one. Thanks.